Quickly, though, we got to get with Adam Kohler, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4 wide today with the Wise Guys. Our NFL preview continues with the former news or sports anchor and reporter with News 13 WLOS. Adam, it's great to have you on, bud.
Hey, guys, great to be back.
All right.
Glad to see you're still going strong.
Hey, man, we love it. We're glad to have you back. I got to tell you quickly because we got to move on, but apparently I've had a difficult time with your departure because your replacement, Jared Fialco, who's doing a really great job.
Pat keeps calling him Adam Kohler.
I keep calling him Adam.
That is a problem.
Yeah, it is, but I'm working on it. My therapist is helping me through it, and I think we're good.
And Jared has agreed to come back.
Stand something else, I think. Then,
well,
that'd be really bad.
You know what? Jared's been a great sport. He's actually had a lot of fun with it, so thank goodness for that. And, dude, it's really great to catch up with you. And you're, of course, now with brightHouse Sports, based out of Tampa. You're the perfect guy to talk to about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let's start first with a signing I saw that was not Tampa Bay, but it was with, I believe, the Tennessee Titans, former Bucs linebacker Barrett Ruud. I love this guy, man. I'm like thinking, the Bucs have a lot of money under the cap. How did Barrett Ruud get away? So obviously, was it not money?
Well, there's two schools of thought on Barrett Ruud. If you look strictly at the statistics, the guy would be a no-brainer to bring back. He's led the Bucs in tackles the past 4 seasons with over 100. So obviously, he's a guy that's going to plug right there in the middle linebacking core and get the job done. But then you talk to a lot of football guys, and they say he plays a little soft. He doesn't play behind the line of scrimmage, and a lot of these tackles that he's making are really 4 or 5 yard gains, and as a middle linebacker, he should hit that hole a little bit harder. So there's a knock on his toughness, and also the Bucs are bringing in 2 very talented young linebackers in Mason Foster, a guy they drafted out of Washington, who is second in the country in tackles, and then Tyrone McKenzie, a USF grad who played a year for the Patriots, and then didn't really find a roster spot, so they brought him down here to Tampa Bay. So those 2 guys are going to be competing for middle linebacker. It'll be a youth movement down here, which is kind of the theme they got going on.
We're joined by Adam Kohler, brightHouse Sports, out of Tampa, Florida. It's our Tampa Bay Buccaneers feature today as our 4 wide NFL feature continues with the former sports anchor reporter with News 13. This is a team last year that really surprised a lot of folks. They finished 10-6. They barely missed the playoffs. Josh Freeman, man, he exploded in his second year. What are the expectations with Coach Morris regarding not only Freeman but that offense?
Well, strictly from a fantasy football perspective, they're going to be fantasy gold this year with Josh Freeman throwing to Mike Williams, another rookie receiver that came on last year with, I think, 11 touchdowns. And then LeGarrette Blount is in his second year. He rushed for over 1,000 yards, and that wasn't even in a full 16 games. So they've got a lot of talent. It all starts with Freeman, who last year actually had huge numbers from compared from his second year to his third year, and he's really taken that leadership role and running away with it. I think you're poised to see him have an even bigger year with the receivers getting another year of experience under their belts. And like I said, LeGarrette Blount, another year in the offense, more comfortable.
Absolutely, Adam. I'm taking notes from my fantasy football team coming up.
I knew it.
Jeez.
And Adam, I wanted to ask you, the Buccaneers made Yahoo Trends over the weekend by signing Michael Conan, the former punter for the Falcons, and not just because they signed a punter, but because they gave him $19.5 million.
You better have that leg insured.
Is that too much to pay for a punter, or what is up with that?
It's funny because going into this whole free agent frenzy that we've all been monitoring the last couple of weeks, the Bucs were the team that had the most money to spend in the NFL, and they go out and their only guy that they bring from another team turns out to be a punter, and then they throw $19 million at him. So everybody's kind of wondering, why not bring in a high-profile wide receiver or bring in a cornerback that can help your team out, but they go out and get a punter. So there's no doubt he's good. He's a Pro Bowler. He'll switch the field, but I think Buccaneers fans were certainly hoping for a bigger splash in the market. But the general manager here, Mark Dominic's philosophy has always been to promote from within, to develop the young guys on the team, and there's actually a loophole where they don't have to spend the $59 million extra dollars this year. They can backload contracts, and as long as they spend that money by 2013, I think they'll be okay.
Adam Kohler with the Wise Guys, ABC 13, former ABC 13 sports reporter and anchor, of course. He's now with brightHouse Sports, based out of Tampa. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 4 wide with the Wise Guys. Seth, you got a quick question for Adam?
Yeah, I was just wondering, I know field position is terribly underrated, but at the same time, if you look at Michael Conan's stats, he's really not that great. I mean, he's serviceable, but you mentioned the money finagling with the Buccaneers, and they did what they had to do. But I thought I was a little weird.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. They got a solid kicking game as far as Connor Barth goes. The kid out of North Carolina has had pretty good success here, so that's taken care of. And I guess they said Conan's going to be a kickoff specialist as well, but then you also have to wonder how much that's going to factor in since they moved up kickoffs 5 yards. So basically they're bringing them in to punt, and let's hope you can get the job done with the money they're throwing at them.
We're joined on the Southeastern Sports Medicine Wise Lines. Adam Kohler joining us, brightHouse Sports out of Tampa.
Hey, since they play in the division with them and they play each one of these teams twice, once at home and once at away, when you look at what they've added and what they have, how do you see them pairing up against teams in the division, i.e. the Saints, the Panthers, and the other teams involved, the Atlanta Falcons?
I think they've done the least in the division to improve the team from a year ago.
Oh, boy.
The Falcons have certainly gone by and, traded their future for the Julio Jones pick in the first round. And then you look at the Saints bringing in Ingram and being aggressive in the free agency market. Carolina obviously went out and got everything they could with their money. So everybody's getting better. The Bucs are really, really counting on a lot of inexperienced players. It could be a genius move, and Mark Dominic could be highly praised, but right now they're getting hit pretty hard as far as not making any moves and banking on last year's success. So you look at their season last year, they went 10-6, just barely missed the playoffs. Harder schedule this year. Everybody else is getting better. I think 8 or 9 wins would probably be my cap on them at this point right now, the way the team's structured.
Great catching up with you, Adam. Really, we appreciate it. And hey, for any Bucs breaking news during the season, we'd love to catch up with you again, my friend.
Guys, it's been fun. Tell Stan hello for me.
Hey, certainly will, man. Certainly will. And Jared as well. Thanks, buddy. Oh, my. Had to get that out.
Jared with the identity crisis.
Not anymore. I think we're working on that. Great one.
Okay.
All right. You've got the Wise Guys, ESPN Radio 1310 and 970. Of course, that was Adam Kohler.